Get to the morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jodie and Hayesy on Nova.
Here's an interesting concept when it comes to sexual partners. So a recent study examined socially accepted sexual partner numbers by gender. How many people it's socially accepted for you to have sex with over your life?
Let me guess. It's more for men. Men are allowed to have more sexual partners than women.
But slightly. It's only slightly more than women. Okay, so I need to test you here.
All right.
So how many partners do you think is socially accepted for both women and men? So you start first with women. Here we go.
So over their whole entire life, how many people are you?
Over their entire sexual career.
Okay.
Like you're a professional sexman.
I'm going to say 15, 16.
15, 16? For women, it's viewed as ideal for 2 to 3 partners, with 1 to 2 casual flings starting around ages 16 to 18.
I'm just going to repeat this. Did you say 2 to 3 across your lifetime?
2 to 3 partners.
That's ideal for us.
This is seen as socially ideal, yes.
Okay, pray tell.
Oh my gosh.
How many partners are the men allowed to have?
So, men, it's socially seen as ideal with 4 to 5 lifetime partners, including 2 to 3 casual hookups, often beginning around ages 18 to 20. So, for some reason, guys have 1 to 2 more, but start a little bit later.
Yeah, right. It's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting how the man is always allowed to have more sexual partners than a woman, and women get labelled certain names if they have more than 2 to 3 across a lifetime. It's interesting, isn't it?
So I didn't do the study here, right?
I know.
Don't look at me like that.
Oh, goodness me. How does this work for you? Because you've only had one sexual partner in your whole life, and that's your wife, Cara.
So I feel like I've missed out. Isn't that crazy?
Isn't it nuts?
Because it's just the one for me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, why is everyone winking? Why are we winking? Why is a wink off here? What's happening here? But I think of people there. Everyone knows someone who's a high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Everyone knows someone who's only had one sexual partner because they shacked up when they were 16. They haven't looked back.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? I wonder if you have to sample the chocolates, you know what I mean, before you actually settle on one little delicious nugget of chocolate.
Wow. How many chocolates are in the basket?
I don't know.
15 to 16.
Is it a Cadbury favourite situation where there's all sorts of different chocolates? Yeah. I don't know.
Is it Hakes? Who knows?
I don't know.
It's really, really top shelf.
Yeah. I have a friend who likes to sample different chocolates, and she met a guy who, in no uncertain terms, said to her, "I'm a boy, so I can have as many chocolates as I want. You're a girl. It doesn't work that way for you.
No.
If we're together, you can't be sampling other chocolates. I'm the only chocolate you can consume."
Wait, what are we talking about? Here she is. Oh, gosh. Here comes Jodie in her temporary little vehicle. Beep, beep.
Okay, so we're in flux at the moment, our household, in terms of our car, because I've sold mine. I've purchased a new one, but I'm just awaiting its arrival. In the interim, I am driving my mum's 2009 Kia Cerato.
Which was a gorgeous car in 2009.
What a gorgeous little whip it
is.
is.
I got it yesterday. It felt like a go-kart.
Oh.
I thought I was playing Mario Kart.
So I had to drop you to your car yesterday. I was like, come on, I'll drop you there. And you were like, not if you're driving that little Kia Cerato.
Yeah, next time I'm going to be like, it's okay, I'll walk. Like, but where's your car? And I'll be like, Port Augusta. It's fine.
He was, producer Molly, he was so low to the ground. I should have snapped a photo, honestly. It was like this grown-ass man crammed into this tiny little car.
My bum was touching the bitumen.
It was like that giant man off The Simpsons.
Yes.
Can you remember that time?
Do you have a problem with my means of automobile? This was the only card we could afford.
And it just got us reminiscing about our first cars and all the little things that went wrong with them.
Oh, my God.
My first car was like a little Mini, like an actual, not when Minis were cool, but like an actual, like, genuine Mini, and it was a manual too, so I had to, like, drive with this stick, and it was so tiny. But then my next car that I purchased, because I worked 3 hours every morning at the Rabina Bakery on the Gold Coast, I was able to afford a Ford Laser.
Oh, well done. Very trendy too at the time. Good stuff.
Welcome.
Probably green, was it?
No, it wasn't green. It was white.
I feel like most of the old school lasers are green for some reason.
No, this was white. The only thing thing that was wrong with it was that you couldn't open the passenger door on the driver's side. So to get into said car, you had to climb through the boot.
That's quite the journey.
No.
That's ridiculous.
That's probably why they knocked $1,500 off the price.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your first car?
I had a Ford Fairlane, which was a hand-me-down car from mum and dad.
Yeah.
But it was like, Ford Fairlane was like right at the top in terms of classy stuff.
Yeah.
But in that era, it was about 30 years too old. And I remember I learnt 2 times the hard way that when it said there was 30 Ks left in the fuel tank, that actually meant there was none left.
Right.
So, and one time I ran out of fuel on the Sydney Harbour Bridge and we rolled off the bridge because we got over 50% weight. It's actually a bit of a hill once you get over 50%. And I remember parking somewhere randomly on the south side. But that's the most frantic I've ever been as a youngster.
Yeah.
And then the other time I did it, I think I was around Moore Park, the other side of the bridge, and I had to walk through rain to go buy a jerry can. On top of that as well, I also learned that you can't get an old Coke bottle and fill it up with fuel. They'll get angry at you at the fuel station. So many life lessons in such a short amount of time.
I mean, that feels a little bit dangerous.
Oh, piece of crap my car was.
Can we do this, please? 13, 24, 10. Finish this sentence. My car is useless because ... We don't care. Old, new, whatever. What is wrong with your car that you just go, oh my God, that should be functioning, but it's not?
My car is completely useless because... Oh, there's Jodes. Watch out, Jodes. Oh, my gosh. Are you okay?
Getting around in my mother's 2009 Kia Cerato at the moment while I await my new vehicle. You had to sit in it yesterday. It was like, it felt like a Flintstones car. It feels like a Flintstones car, where you're so low to the ground. You're like, it feels 3 inches off the ground.
Yeah, you feel like dangerously low. Like you might actually slide underneath a bus in the middle of the city.
And I feel like I've got no comeback if people beat me as well. Like if I do something wrong, people are like, nah, on the horn. It's like, I'm in a tiny little Kia Cerato.
100%. Your car can't bully anyone.
No.
Even those smart cars bully that car, I reckon.
No, I'm like the little chubby kid in the playground just getting pushed around at the moment.
You're probably destined for the O-Bahn, to be honest. That's the sort of destination I could see that.
Don't discount it. All right. Brooke, please complete this sentence. My car is useless because...
My car's useless because the back wheels are designed to go bald every 6 to 8 months.
Oh, very good.
Right.
Tyres are nice and cheap these days as well, aren't they, Brooke?
Yeah. So what's
Oh, well, that's why I just keep replacing them. It's cheaper than getting it fixed.
Right. So how bald are they, Brooke?
At the moment, they're brand new.
Yeah.
But they get pretty bald on the inside of the tyre as well. Apparently, the car was designed with negative camber, so the top of the wheels go in towards the car.
So what is it? What's the purpose of that?
Oh, I got no idea.
Is it just
every time I speak to a mechanic, it's just, oh yeah, we can fix that for you, but you need unidirectional tyres. So I walked out because every tyre can go on both ways.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot.
So with 2 young kids, it's cheaper just replacing the tyres than getting the whole thing fixed.
Yeah, that's not going to work. That's not going to work, Brooke. That is ridiculous.
No.
Yeah.
And I feel like as well sometimes with mechanics, it's like a dentist. You go in there and they know they're just going to throw this mumbo jumbo at you and you're like, oh, just get to the point. How much? You know I'm not going to argue with you.
Isn't that true with mechanics? It's like never have you walked away for like after a service and they're going, everything's tickety-boo.
Well,
nothing
it's
to
all
see
good
here.
except for that back piston that's been eroded through the frontal lobe of the petrol valve. Oh, I haven't seen something like that in years. And you're like, oh, gosh, can you fix it? Well, I can do it, but it's not going to be cheap.
You do a good mechanic.
Oh, my God.
Aaron, complete this sentence, please. My car is useless because...
Every time I turn the corner, the horn goes off.
Oh, that is confronting. That is confronting. What do you do? Like, there just be moments, Aaron, where you're like, oh, I don't need the heat of someone being like, what's your problem? Why are you beeping at me?
What's your problem, bro?
That's the worst part. As you're turning, it holds the horn on. So it wasn't like it was just a beep. It would be an aggressive, long hold horn. And if I was at traffic lights and there were people crossing the road, they would be looking at me. So I'd just wave. I'd just give them a polite wave and smile as if I was being lovely.
See, that is excellent. There he is. Oh, what's your problem? Oh, it's Aaron. Oh, he's nice. Actually, nice guy.
Do you know where that would come in super handy? At suburban football grounds.
Oh, yes.
Aaron's
Yeah,
just
just turn the wheel to the horn.
Here he is. Oh, go South Adelaide. Oh, very good. Some great calls there.
That is amazing, Aaron. Can I very quickly tell you a little anecdote that I heard the other day from a friend? Okay, so off she went to Japan, which everyone seems to be going to Japan at the moment. Seems to be the place to holiday.
How's that a thing?
I don't know.
I've never been to the Japan.
To the Japan?
To the Japan. That shows you how cultured I am. Must do it, though. I'd love to do it.
Oh,
the food.
Wouldn't it be cool to take the family there?
Oh, my gosh.
Actually, not your family
Risky.
at the moment. You can barely leave the house with all
Really?
your kids.
Put down that sword.
So anyway, off she went to Japan on holiday, and she took her sister, who was 13 years old, along to dinner, and they went to this place where they serve Wagyu beef. Wagyu beef, your
Fancy.
fanciest beef on the planet, right?
This may shock you, Joes, but Wagyu beef has never entered my mouth.
No.
Does that shock you?
Yeah, I'm so shocked.
I'd like it to, though.
Yeah, at some point. So anyway, they do this thing where they put the Wagyu beef in like a soup and away you go. So she had a look at it. She calculated Australian dollars to yen, and she was like, okay, that's like $50 a bowl.
Oh.
So she's like, I'll have 3 bowls.
Which is expensive in itself, by the way.
Yeah, well, $150 for 3 bowls of Wagyu. And so that was that. And then they brought out the bill, and she's like, ha, 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 ha. You've put too many zeros on this bill.
Oh, no.
And they're like, absolutely not. It was $1,500.
Oh, jeez. There's that moment where your stomach sinks. I mean, your stomach's full of delicious Wagyu beef.
Yeah.
But it still sinks.
still sinking.
And you're like, what do I run? Am I going to do a runner here?
$1,500 for 3 plates of Wagyu beef. Can you believe that? I feel sick even telling that story. That's awful.
That is scary.
Yeah. So the moral of the story is make sure you know effectively how to convert from Australian dollars to yen.
Jeez, conversion rates can really get you. The big one as well is American dollars.
Oh,
Because you look and be like, that's affordable.
Yeah.
But it's not Australian dollars.
I know, because it always looks cheaper in American dollars, and you're like, yeah, that's so fun. And then you see the US and you go, come on.
Not going to work. Time now for some feedback. You ready?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, yesterday we had some fun, and you told us a story about when people miscalculate conversion rates. It can be tough.
It can be tricky.
You go to some of these countries and you've never used their dollars or even their yen before, and the crossover, confusing, bang, you're out of pocket a lot.
Yes. So essentially, a friend of mine went to Japan and thought that she was ordering 3 plates of Wagyu beef at $50 each. Turns out the bill was $1,500.
Yeah, that doesn't work, does it? So you said this in terms of converting yen to AUD. It'll get you. It'll get you each and every time.
So 1 Japanese yen equals 11 Australian dollars. So that's where she's obviously got herself into all sorts.
Is that right? So you're like, a beer's 1 yen. I'll take 2.
Exactly right.
A lot of feedback via the text line 0400 919 919. Somebody sent through this sound effect. We're like, what do you mean? Turns out 1 yen equal 11 cents. Not $11.
Did you mean to speak in Japanese then? 1 yen equal 11 cents.
Well, not really. Just got caught up in the moment. So 1 Australian dollar is 93.36 Japanese yen.
Right. So I was incorrect. So in a real twist of irony, me talking about people getting the conversion rate to Japanese yen wrong, I got it wrong. Is that what you're saying?
I just assumed you were doing that on purpose to add to the story of miscalculating conversion rates.
100%. That's what I was doing.
So all I'm going to say is, well done. She's a pro.
Thank you.
She's a pro.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
It's a joke.
That is a good joke.
Jodie and Hayesy Monday morning joke off.
Yeah, that's right. Humour. Best way to kickstart your week.
Yeah.
Just attack it with a smile. Do you know what I'm saying, Judge?
Just put your vein out. Big fat injection. Let's go.
Oh, let me out that vein.
Okay.
All right. Can I kick us off this week?
Sure.
All right, here we go. What do you call sweaty boobs?
I mean, the foremost authority on breasts.
That's me, isn't it?
What do you call sweaty boobs?
Humidities. What?
That's good. Quite disturbing about the man saying the word titties. I don't know. It doesn't sit well. It's
throwing humid with there.
Yeah,
Just
I know.
what a combination. All right. Up next, Jodes, what do you got?
We're going short, sharp and shiny, so let's go. Why do ducks have tails?
Oh, no idea.
To hide their butt quacks.
That's
Uh-oh.
I'm so sorry. It's the small things.
Oh, all the dads out there going, yes, Jodes, yes. Well done.
I mean, it was Mother's Day yesterday, but you're welcome, dads.
Yeah.
All right. Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, a happy West Coast fan, and an old drunk are walking down the street together when they simultaneously spot a $100 note. Who gets it?
Hang on. You might have to say it again.
Yeah. Take us through the options again.
Yeah, do it again. Do
Santa
it again.
Claus,
Yeah.
Yep.
the Tooth Fairy,
Yes.
a happy West Coast fan,
Okay.
and an old drunk are walking down the street. They see $100. Who gets it?
I don't know.
The drunk. The other three are mythical creatures.
Got that, Eagles fans.
Oh, I love footy jokes.
Yeah.
Every now
That's
and again,
good.
slide one
I
in.
think that's your sweet spot, producer
I know.
Molly.
It is. It actually is.
But before the joke, I had to make sure they were still zero wins.
No, they
I
suck.
know.
But years of experience as a disgruntled Carlton supporter comes
Yeah.
naturally.
I know
Yeah.
my way down the bottom of the ladder.
Having said that, West Coast didn't suck so badly on the weekend.
Oh, West Coast, they lost to Richmond by 2 points. It was a good old-fashioned suck-off. It was like who could suck least? And it turns out Richmond sucked just that little bit less.
Oh, good old-fashioned suck-off, as you say.
Let's talk random pregnancies, shall we?
Yeah, let's talk about little kittens, shall we?
Oh, I'll get you clucky.
Oh, no, I wouldn't have thought so. I'm so
Oh, you're
worried.
clucked out, aren't you?
I'm done. I'm so clucked out. We were talking yesterday about pregnancies and where you gave birth in random places. And it got to you and I discussing, what about these people who don't know they're pregnant?
Yeah.
What about these people who literally go into labour, sometimes on the toilet, and are like, oh, my, I don't even know.
Or months into it.
How on earth does this happen? And then you're like, we'll get callers. And I was like, no, we won't. Don't be stupid.
Well, geez, I wonder. 13, 24, 10, are you out there? It's pretty niche.
It's
Pretty niche.
So I don't really understand. I'd love to hear from people who've been through this, because I don't understand how you can endure 9-10 months of pregnancy and not know that you're growing a fetus inside of you.
Yeah, 13, 24, 10. Tell us, when did you not know that you were pregnant? I didn't know I was pregnant. That sort of stuff. And then you're like, all of a sudden, I was pregnant for 6 months?
Yeah.
That seems outrageous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So how is everyone different in terms of how you know
100%.
signs and symptoms?
Yeah. I knew the minute that I went off coffee that I was pregnant, because I love coffee, have one every single morning. But when I was pregnant, could not stomach it. But also with Harper, who was our last, my husband knew that I was pregnant before I did, because
That's interesting from Greg.
for whatever reason, I took my shirt off and I was just standing there in a bra, and he goes, you're pregnant. I'm like, what are you even talking about? He goes, I've seen you pregnant 3 times now. Like, you are pregnant. And I was like, okay. And I literally went and brought a pregnancy test, and sure enough,
So can we just knuckle down
that's
this?
precarious territory, by the way.
What was he seeing that was the
He
giveaway?
was seeing a little baby bump.
Oh, it was a bump.
Yeah.
See, I was
That early.
wondering, and put this professionally, I was wondering if he was looking at other areas, being like, well, that's larger than usual. Do you know what I mean? But your belly.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
yeah.
you know what I'm
I
saying?
heard that's the
Yeah.
big sign,
I
isn't
know,
it?
no,
Big sign.
that doesn't enlarge.
Big sign.
It doesn't
here we go.
enlarge.
What? At the
Doesn't.
top? Well, it does, doesn't it? Because
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about boobs.
I'm talking about boobs. Oh, my very goodness. I'm just working out, I think, what you're talking about. And
Okay.
no, you
Yep.
freak. I'm not talking about that.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
All right. Can we put this out there, please? 13, 24, 10. I didn't know I was pregnant. What happened? What was the situation? How far into it was it? Where were you when you found out?
Until basically you popped it out, and then you went, oh, I'm having a baby.
Gosh.
I can guarantee you right now, we are not going to get any calls on this.
All right. Let's see what happens. We're taking your calls. I didn't know I was pregnant.
What?
Can be a very interesting situation because you just assume that as soon as something changes, like within maybe weeks, you know what's going on. But some of the stories coming through, people not knowing for months.
Yeah.
It's outrageous.
Well, sometimes you just go to Zambreros and have a big old burrito.
Like, oh, I'm pregnant. No. You just ate too much.
You just had too much Mexican. Let's go to Charlene. Good morning. Charlene, you didn't know you were pregnant?
No, I didn't. I had a baby and I fell pregnant straight away. but I didn't know until I was like 22 weeks pregnant. And then my son came 8 weeks early. So
Jeez.
I only really knew I was pregnant for like 10 weeks.
It's a
before
short
I had
pregnancy
him.
journey.
Yeah, it was.
So, Charlene, in hindsight, do you look back now and go, there were telltale signs, but you just glossed over them? Nothing?
No, there really wasn't. Not until I felt him move, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, that's not right. It was my first baby that I had, so I didn't know how long things took to go back to normal, and they just didn't.
Wow.
Jeez.
That's nearly 5.5 months, though, Charlene.
Yeah, and I was only like 45 kilo, and I didn't even have a belly.
That's outrageous. How does that happen?
That's crazy. Thank you so much for the call, Nikita. Oh, my goodness. What happened to your friend? Girl, hi. What happened to your friend?
So we had decided to go out, just regular drink and go to town. Why not? We stopped off and we got these like taco things on the side of the road, got all the way back to my house. And we're like, oh, we really don't feel well. She starts running to the bathroom. She's like...
Okay, let me finish that story without the swear
we
word.
just lost Nikita. Sometimes it's fine. You get caught up in the moment.
Okay.
Because it's an outrageous story.
She said that her friend went, oh, my God, I've just had a baby when she went to the toilet.
After some dodgy Mexican.
For good. We've all been there, am I right?
So that trumps it all. I mean, 13, 24, 10, maybe we get calls for this. Who's had dodgy Mexican and then given birth?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone has.